Alright, I am excited. I'm going to be able to review this brand new JVC receiver. I love this thing. It is a model KW-NT800HDT. I'm going to try something a little bit new with my reviews. I'm just going to let it kind of go through its little demonstration mode to try to simulate if you actually bought this thing, opened it up, and turned it on for the first time. And I will be the narrator. This unit is just unfucking believable. I love this thing. And if you watch my videos, seen my reviews, you see I review all these different brands. All of them. JVC is my favorite. I love this company. I mean, look at the technology just oozing out of this thing. I mean, if you guys are into real seriously audiophile or audio nut, audio junkie, whatever you want to call it, kind of sound tuning, this thing is on fire, man. I was playing around with this unit prior to starting this video, and I am just blown away by the graphic interface of this unit. It's unbelievable. My God, is it amazing. So, anyway, I'm just so enthralled with this unit. I haven't been this enthralled with anything since that Clarion NX602 review. But just a quick thing, I know some of you guys get a little crazy when I make these videos and I do my little narration about them, and I tell you good things, I tell you bad things about a lot of units. Most of the stuff, in my opinion, doesn't make the cut, could be better. This is not a biased review by any means. Everything I tell you is the honest truth and exactly how I see it. Again, it's all up to interpretation. My experience in 20 years in this business, and for me personally, I own a KW-NT30HDT, last year's model JVC, which is basically the same unit, except it was a 6.1 inch screen and it had the 3.5 millimeter. The USB in the front had a smaller screen. Otherwise, pretty much very comparable to this unit. This unit here now is just the same thing, just on super steroids, man. Oh, human growth hormones. This thing is crazy. I love it. New display, bigger display. The sound reproduction, my God, wait till I get into that. Just look at that. They had a 7-band EQ prior, 13-band EQ. I've never seen anything like that. Plus a DSP sound processor built into the system. It's unbelievable. I'm just like drooling. The GPS is there's not even a word for it. It's fucking unreal. The GPS. The iHeartRadio, which is a nice feature. I'm an iPhone user, so that app I will definitely be getting use out of. The SD card's still in there behind the screen now. It's not in the front any longer. They moved the USB to the back, which again is a step up in my opinion, because I don't like it in the front. I never liked having my USB cable from my iPod hanging out of the front. I'd have to say that was a big no-no. I didn't like that on my old receiver. But this thing fixed just about everything I can imagine. The NAVTEQ software, the GPS update, and I just did an update on my receiver. Man, it ain't nothing like this. The total traffic and HD radio network, pretty much the same kind of deal. This thing has new selectable shortcut icons on the home screen, which I'll show you. The Pandora app I do not have. Now I will, because I'm going to own this unit in my car tomorrow, and I'm just dying to almost want to get this review over with so I can go put this thing in as soon as I get this thing done. So the demo mode, I think, is enough said, enough shown there. Everything you're going to see, it's already been said and done, so let's just get on with it. So first thing I'm going to do is turn it on. I don't have a Sirius or XM radio connected to this. I don't have the tuner. They did change it. They used to use the KSSRA 100, also with the SEC1 for the satellite add-on. Now you just use the new model, which is the SX KW-NT500HDT So what I'm going to have to do is call up XM Series, change my EIN or my SID, whatever you want to call it, apply it, and then I'll plug it in. So instead of adding two components to install your satellite radio, now it's just one. All the manufacturers have all gone that way. It has nothing to do with Kenwood and JVC merging into a company. It has nothing to do with anything. It's just how it's going now these days. It's that way for factory add-ons and aftermarket receivers just like this one across the board. So where to start? This thing is ferocious. Let's start HD radio. I have a local station. It's WBOI. HD will give you the text. All the information will come right up. I'm just using a piece of speaker wire in the back of the unit. I don't even have a real antenna. I just have the GPS antenna magnetically connected to the front gate of the office right now. I mean, beautiful screen, very nice. Clock laid out up here. Source laid out very nice. Big buttons. This is so you could change your presets. This is so you could toggle from, you know, one station to the next. Your bands, you got 3 sets of FM bands, 1 of AM, because, you know, who the hell listens to AM? You know, nobody. There's always a back icon, regardless where you go on the screen. Very cool feature. I was very big on that when I did the Clarion. I really liked the navigation and how simple it was to operate the unit. This one, very similar. It's like they have a very similar gameplay going on. I really like it. I'm a big fan of it. Okay, so let's just go back to the sources. Sirius XM is blacked out because we don't have it. I do not have a disc. I do not have an SD card or a flash drive connected to this unit. In the back there is this little dongle which you can run out for the USB. It even comes with a nice waterproof cover, so I'm a big fan of that. So you get plenty of slack. This cord looks to be about 3 feet long, so that should be more than enough. Plus, once you add, like I'm just using a standard iPod sync cable, USB to iPod for my iPhone. I'm using an iPhone 4, by the way, folks. iHeartRadio I don't have paired, and I don't have Pandora paired because I didn't even hook up my phone. Now, with a lot of these units, in order to pair your Bluetooth, it can be a little bit of a pain. I did tinker with this thing because I couldn't help myself, but just to show you how you do the pairing, you just go to your phone. You don't even have to go to a radio. The radio's so awesome that you don't even have to even bother with it. When you put on your phone, it says JVC Navi, not paired. Hit that. It says JVC Navi would like to pair with your iPhone. Do you want to do it? Confirm the PIN code. Connecting to the device. Original iPhone. Guess that's what I call it. Very good. It's connected. Okay. So now, check out the iPod. Now, what you could do with this thing is very unique. It's very, very cool. I've never seen this before. Where you could actually do your map and have your GPS going on simultaneously. The iPod button is there just like the clock is. The quick select menu, which I'm going to show you in a second. And look at your iPod. It actually leaves the zoom screen, your compass, and you could still actually control your navigation as well as your iPod full screen with artist text work same time, all on one screen. Amazing. Now look at this quick menu. That's for your home, which I haven't registered. This is for your traffic, your weather, sports, all that stuff, which again, free, built into the unit. Don't have to pay a fee, unlike some of these other manufacturers that nickel and dime you to death with all these little features. There's your weather. Now here's your illumination color. By the way, of course, this is a variable illumination, so you can change this color any way you like. The interior of my car is green. You could also, let me just go back there real quick, make your own color. Watch this. You could turn this thing up, turn this thing down, whatever you want to do, and make your own custom color. So if it's like green, but it's like too lime green, not dark enough green, whatever the green is, make it perfect. Clock on video screen off. I like it on, but if you didn't, off. I don't know why you'd want that, but whatever. Your dimmer, you could have it on auto, so it has a sensor. It'll turn it on and off automatically when the parking lights are turned on or turned off. Your brightness feature, turn it up, turn it down. Okay, picking up where I just left off, I want to show you this quick menu some more. I already showed you the illumination color, but you can customize this to RGB, red, green, and blue, and customize it so if your green is too light, too dark, etc., any color in the rainbow can be modified, adjusted to perfection, so this unit will look flawless in your vehicle. Plus this gloss black finish, huge fan of. I mean, what's not to like? It just looks so elegant. It's beautiful. Always that back screen, that back button, I love it. Your brightness feature, right now it's maxed out. And plus, I also have to say, the anti-glare quality of this, because it's right about that time of the day where the sun gets in here and it just becomes very annoying. I'm not seeing any kind of glare or any kind of problem looking at the screen from any angle. Of course, you just get to see, from the one angle, but me, I'm a human and I'm moving around and I'm looking at this thing, and it looks really nice from every angle, up, down, and everything. And this screen, by the way, tilts backwards and forwards in 5 positions as well. That's another thing that JVC has never made. I've never seen anybody else make a feature that's that intense, not since the Kenwood. And again, Kenwood and JVC, they've somewhat merged, but I think that Kenwood was intelligent enough to leave the people and the technicians or whoever engineers these awesome JVC units alone, because they got some of the most intelligent, most creative minds in audio video today. I think JVC is just so stunning, and that's why I own one. That's why I'm so passionate about this review. You could hear it in my voice that I really do adore these units. There's not much not to like. So the system settings, we've done that. Now I want to get back into this quick menu. Now this here, that's my car. That's not an icon, dummy. Now that's my phone. So you can do calls that you receive, calls that you sent out. Make a call, go into your phone book. So I'll just do that to show you real quick. Go that route. There's your keypad, so if I want, I'll call myself. See that? Instantaneous. How could you ask more than that? Beautiful, right? And there you go. You could change the mic from your phone to your stereo. Same thing you could also do, not just with the Bluetooth and as well as Bluetooth audio streaming, but you can also do that with your iPod. When you're connecting your iPod, this thing has called head mode, or you can control it on screen and use all the features that's built into the unit itself, which is unbelievable. Who else has that? Nobody has that. You just gotta love this unit. It's just, they got everything figured out. Quick menu again. This is the part where I absolutely died, almost passed out when I saw this. The EQ. Number one, look at the graphics. The graphics are amazing. Clear, vivid, detailed. It's almost like looking at an HD TV. Now, of course, they have all these, somewhat useful audio settings. It's kind of like reminiscent of Pioneer. To me, it's bullshit. I would never use it. But they used to have only 2 user settings. Now they have 4. I mean, do you even need 4? No, but I mean, my God, I mean, they just give it to you. Now look at this. User 1. Come on, I mean, look at that, man. 13 bands? Dude, that thing is crazy. Unreal, man. I mean, look at that. Very nice to control, smooth, fluent. I mean, you could do it this way, use your finger, or you can do it this way, and get your fingers out of your face. You can see exactly what you're doing. Go over there. I mean, look at that. Oh, it's like I died and went to heaven. Where have you been all my life? There's your save setting. User 1. So now I'll go to user 2. Should be nothing. I'll go back. User 1. Just the way I left it. See that? Ah, I love you. And that ain't it. That ain't it. The EQ is... that's just part of the deal. Oh my gosh. Now look at these audio settings. This thing is insane. Now what I like about this thing, I also like it very much about Kenwood. But what I've always said about Kenwoods is, as great as Kenwood is, and I like the fact that they use Garmin GPS, which I'm a fan of. I use it when I go away and I travel. I use the Garmin Nuvi. I like it. I like the lifetime traffic feature, which of course is built into here. It's not Garmin software. It is NAVTEQ. I love the NAVTEQ software. It's lightning fast. I mean, I've never seen anything as fast. Maybe Garmin, but audio, hands down, Nothing even comes close to this thing. This thing just takes anything that even tries to come up and just slaps it upside the face and just said, get the hell out of here. Don't even try. Because this thing is just that badass. Fader balance. The graphics look great. I mean, not that the fader imbalance is anything really to get excited about, nor will you use it, and I'll show you why in a second. Here's your listening position. Look at this. You can actually set this just real straightforward for all the different positions in the vehicle, but this thing takes it a step further. Your EQ, which we've already seen. Audio effects. Bass boost. Not a big fan of. It's a good way to blow your speakers, especially if you don't know what you're doing with this thing. Loudness, you can accentuate the high, low frequencies, just turn it off. Space enhancer, small, medium, and large. It's like a home theater system. Sound stage elevation, this thing will set your speakers on fire. I'm a huge fan of having a real serious front stage presence in my vehicle. This thing will give you all that and then some. Road noise compensation, I mean, come on. I mean, ambiance control. Did they think of any? They left nothing out. Audio contrast. I've never even seen that in any unit before. It has a digital track expander. I'm gonna have to do a follow-up on this because there's just so much stuff going on in here. I can't. I don't even know where to even start. And we only got halfway through. Now your speaker settings. Look at this. This will actually compensate for the size and locations of your vehicle. So if you have a front stage and your front speakers are located very low, this will actually create a sound stage, making it sound like the speaker should be in a better placement in the vehicle, all digitally. Unbelievable. So 6.5, 6.75, 7-inch. If you have small speakers like in an import car, 4-inch, 5-inch, 5.25. I mean, even go from 6.75 to 7-inch. They're up in quarter-inch increments. It's insane. On a dash, under the dash, door, tweeters. I mean, what? Crossover network. You got a regular crossover, plus you can create a bandpass filter. And this is unlike the Kenwoods. The Kenwoods do it all visually through text. This one actually lays it out with bars so that you can actually visualize and see what it is that you're doing, create your own soundstage and know. So if you have your front stage set at 120 Hertz and you have your sub at 80 and you want to create a bandpass filter in your rear stage to cover that gap, you can do it and see it all laid out right on the screen. So you do that for your front, you can do it for your rear and your subwoofer. There's your low pass filter. All the way up to 250 Hertz. No one on the planet has that. Look how low it goes. 30 Hertz. I mean, that's super subsonic. That's an earthquake. That's not even audible distortion. The amount of control that you can get out of this unit is insane. I mean, just they got gain controls. I mean, sound slopes and decibels and octaves. Just goes on and on. Reverse the phase of your speakers, turn it on, turn it back. Man, come on, this thing is... wow. On and on, man. Vehicle type, choose your type of vehicle. I mean, the amount of fine-tuning you can do in this system is it's insane. I can see myself sitting in my car for the entire afternoon and just to get this thing tweaked. And I just tweak it for one, and then you could have user setting 2, user setting 3, 4. I mean, it's just on and on and on. I mean, I'm just going to go with that. Well, it doesn't matter because I'm going to unplug it and put it into my car tomorrow anyway, so whatever. Volume adjustment. Now, this is like what Pioneer calls the SLA, or the sound level adjustments. They call it what it really should be. Now, you can adjust it for audio inputs, Bluetooth audio, Sirius XM, DVD, iPod, SD, USB for the flash drive, and the AM and FM tuners. Because if they all have, kind of like when you watch TV and the TV is on, you know, volume 10, and then the commercial comes on and it's like a kajillion% louder, this will accentuate and make everything level so that way there's no shock treatment going from one you know, source to the next. And again, while you're doing all this stuff, you can always go back to your map, pop up your quick menu at any time, still having your third source going on simultaneously at a touch of a button. Look at just, I mean, wow. It's not just me, folks. I mean, call me biased, but man, show me something that's even close to as good as this thing. I don't think so. Now, I don't want to get too crazy and make this like a half-an-hour video, but I will show you the phone we've already seen. I'm not going to go there. Now I'm doing an address search just because I know it just cut off. I'm going to try to put in my street, which is Knickerbocker. I put in KN, just like that. Look at that. I mean, it didn't even think. It didn't even blink. I mean, it's there. It's like, here you go. What in the world is faster than this unit? I mean, literally, that's crazy. There's your star. You could set that thing as a favorite, call it something, label it as an icon. Insane. Now here's around yourself. If you wanted to see something to eat, place to go, bank, gas, whatever your story is. Let's say we want to go to a hotel. What's around? There you go. These are all the places. Let's just say we want to go to that place. I mean, oh, there's your go button. What did that take? About a half a second? Which way do you want to go? Fastest, shortest, freeways, avoid, this, that, customize it, whatever. Okay, go. Let's get rid of the iPod. There you go. You could also pan, zoom, do all this kind of stuff. This mapping is so detailed. It's beautiful. Really nice. Really, really, really nice. I mean, wow. Amazing, huh? JVC, man. They are the best. Your address book, your phone. Let's just cancel that out. Let's go back to the main menu. I want to hit my source button. I want to show you the iPod real quick. Now you can do this button, which is to control it via iPod or control it on screen. The list button will take you through the playlist, artists, songs, artists, genres, all that kind of stuff. We'll do artists. And there you go. 3 lines of full text. You change your song, move it up, move it back, stop, pause, change songs up and down, replay, go into your artist book. Just a touch of a button, clock's right there. Everything's laid out just so beautifully. So nice. Even gives you an icon to let you know your Bluetooth's enabled as well. Let's just see where we're going. Even gives you a little S for start. I mean, it's really cool, man. Gotta love it, man. Your sensor status, this thing actually has as well as a gyro sensor, it also has a VSS or a vehicle speed sensing circuit wire, which is very good. Self-calibration learning gives you all your laid out information, kind of like the Pioneer for the illumination, parking brake, reverse signal, tuner, speed, pulse, all that stuff laid out real nice, so you always know what's going on. There's your system. Choose your language, your format, your time zone, your audio for your adaptive volume, guidance mode, which speakers you want to attenuate and hear the sound, startup sounds, your display, we've already seen, your connection, that's for your camera, audio, video, you can turn it on or off, whatever, off, shortcut menu buttons. You can customize all these and change them whatever you want it to be, so if you find you don't use this one but you want to have the traffic all the time, get rid of that, launch it, put something else on there. It's whatever you want it to be. Now real quick, I'll open it up and show you what's going on back here. Now, like I said, you can reverse this panel. Probably not a very popular feature, but it does it. Level it out. If it was low on your dash, you can adjust this out any way you'd like it to be. Hit this. There's for your disc. It'll bring it down just enough. I'm going to level this out real quick, then I'm going to show you when it fully opens. That's going to enable you to do the SD, which is right there. The disc is right above it, of course. Alright, now I'm going to show you what the back of this unit looks like, and I'll wrap this review up. Now this is the rear of the unit. They do give you that trim ring. They also give you a double din mounting sleeve if you so needed it to install and you weren't doing a regular ISO mount. It's got a nice big old fan, and notably worth talking about, it's a brushless fan, does not make any noise. Unlike most of the other manufacturers that I've reviewed, this one is silent. In the back here, you got a plug for the antenna. This here is for your, excuse me, just get this guy in focus. That looked pretty horrible. That's for your iPod video. This is for your RCA preamp harness, which I'll show you and explain to you in a second. Back here we have a plug for the steering wheel interface. Over here, this is for the sub preamp outputs. There's your power speaker harness plug, the fan, your GPS antenna, and that's the port there for the satellite radio, and the microphone. The microphone is located right there. Nice little mic. And on the preamp harness, I'll show you what we got. We got the rear RCA preamp output. We already have the sub coming out of the receiver itself. The front output, line audio input right here, video input, camera input, and we also have a slave video output. So if you want to connect this to a rear flip down monitor, headrest, something like that, you can do it. Over here, USB port, nice little cover. Works with a generic sync cable, so no need to go out and buy yourself an expensive adapter cable. That's proprietary to the unit. And that pretty much wraps up the JVC. I love you.